Have you ever felt that you can still walk and stand, but when you turn or move a little faster, there's a brief moment when you don't fully trust your legs? Especially if you are over 60 and experiencing conditions such as numbness in feet, tingling feet, or neuropathy in feet. If so, that moment is not imagined, and it is not just nerve pain. It is a sign that your brain and your feet are gradually losing connection with each other. The most concerning part is that it happens very quietly. You don't notice it right away. It begins with very small things. At first, you simply move a bit slower. You need to look down at your feet more often. You hesitate to turn quickly, and gradually it becomes a sense of worry whenever you move. Many exercises for seniors focus only on strengthening the muscles, but overlook helping the brain and the feet communicate more clearly with each other. Today, I will guide you through a very simple method that takes just a few minutes to help you regain that sense of stability. But first, in the next 30 seconds, you will be able to clearly check one thing for yourself, whether your body is still in good control or if it has already started to lose it.
Now, try this with me. If you're sitting, stand up. If you're already standing, stay where you are. Stand upright, place your feet parallel, and look straight ahead. Don't look down at your feet. Slowly turn your body to the left. Pause for a moment. Then turn to the right. Pause again. Now ask yourself one question. Did you hesitate for a moment before turning? Did you feel slightly unsteady on one side? Did you feel the urge to look down at your feet? If yes, even just a little, then that is exactly what we need to pay attention to. It's not because you are weak or not trying, but because the signal from your feet to your brain is no longer as clear or has become slower. This is why many neuropathy exercises you may have tried before did not truly help you feel more stable.
Why does this happen? In reality, numbness or nerve pain in the feet is not just a problem in the feet. It also involves how the brain receives and processes signals from the feet. When your feet are numb, tingling, or lose sensation, the signals sent to the brain become unclear. The brain does not receive complete information, so maintaining balance, walking, or turning becomes more difficult. That is why you can still stand, but not steadily. You can still walk, but not confidently. So we don't need to train harder. We need movements that help the brain and the feet reconnect more clearly. Right now, I will share with you a very simple way to begin, using very gentle exercises that you can do in just a few minutes. We will start very simply, slowly. No equipment, no need to try too hard. You can sit or stand depending on your condition. Exercise 1. Awakening foot sensation. Sit down on a chair. Place both feet flat on the floor. Now, don't move yet. Just gently press your feet into the floor. Not too hard, just enough to feel the pressure. You may notice a slight warmth, a bit more clarity, or, at first, nothing at all. All of that is normal. Now, relax. Then do it again. Gently press down. Hold for 2 seconds. Then release. Repeat 5 times. The most important thing, don't rush. When you move slowly like this, you are helping your brain receive signals from your feet again. Exercise 2. Step control. Now, if possible, stand up. Stand near a chair or table for support. Lightly hold on to it for stability. Place your weight evenly on both feet. Then, step 1 foot forward, very slowly, don't step too far. When your foot touches the ground, pause for a moment. Feel your foot making contact and bearing weight. Then, slowly bring your foot back to the starting position. Switch legs. Repeat 4 or 5 times on each side. If you notice your leg shaking slightly or feeling unsteady, that is normal. Your body is relearning how to control movement. Exercise 3. Safe turning. This is the same movement you tested earlier. Stand upright.
If needed, lightly hold on to a chair. Now, turn your body to the left, very slowly. When you finish turning, pause for 1 to 2 seconds. Then return to center. After that, turn to the right. There's no need to turn quickly. What matters is that you control each movement and notice whether you feel a bit more stable. If you feel a little more steady, a little clearer, then that is a sign the connection is starting to come back. You don't need to do it perfectly. You just need to feel it and slow down.
Now, before you start wondering whether this really helps, go back and check one more time. Stand upright like before, look straight ahead. Turn your body to the left, then to the right. This time, ask yourself, does the movement feel a little smoother? Is there less hesitation? Can you feel your feet a bit more clearly? Even if it's only a very small change, it's not your imagination. It is a sign that your brain and body are beginning to reconnect. And the important thing is, you just did that in only a few minutes.
Each body is different, so let's adjust to what suits you. If you feel pain or sensitivity in your feet, don't press hard, just touch lightly and hold for a shorter time. If you feel weak or unsteady, sit while doing exercise 1. Always hold on to a chair when standing. If you still feel fairly stable, hold for 2 to 3 seconds longer. Move more slowly to feel more clearly. There is no single method that works for everyone. What matters is that you are doing it in a way your body accepts. That is exactly why what you're doing is starting to work.
Once you know how to adjust according to your body, everything can become very simple. You don't need to remember much. You just need a small routine that you can do every day. Here is how to begin. Minute 1. Awaken the feet. Sit or stand. Gently press your feet into the ground. Hold for 2 seconds, then release. Repeat slowly 5 to 8 times. Minute 2. Step control. Gently step 1 foot forward. Pause, then return. 4 to 5 times on each side. Minute 3. Slow turning. Turn to the left, pause, then return. Then to the right. Total, only about 3 minutes each day. No need to feel tired. Nothing complicated. As long as you stay consistent, your body will begin to respond more clearly each day.
You may be thinking, can just 3 minutes really make a difference? I want to tell you a very real story. There is a neighbor of mine, nearly 80 years old. She said, "I'm not afraid of pain. I'm afraid that one day I won't dare to walk anymore." She couldn't do planks or deep squats, so she simply stayed consistent with these 3 exercises, doing exactly what you just did, gently pressing her feet, stepping slowly, turning with control. In the first few days, she said her legs still felt unclear, still unsteady, and she still had to hold on to a chair. But after about 2 weeks, she smiled and said, "Now I can walk around the house without having to think so much anymore." She didn't completely lose the numbness, but she regained something important, the sense of trust in each step she takes. And sometimes, that is exactly what changes everything.
However, I want to make one thing clear so you don't have unrealistic expectations. What you just did is not magic. It does not completely cure neuropathy. It does not make all symptoms disappear immediately. There will be days when you feel still numb, still unsteady, or not noticing a clear difference. That is completely normal. But what matters is this. Each time you do it, you are helping your body not lose further connection. You don't need to do more. You don't need to go faster. You just need to continue, even if it's very small. Sometimes, not getting worse is already progress.
Now, I want you to do something very simple. Over the next 7 days, just 3 minutes each day, follow exactly the routine you just learned. No need to be perfect, no need to add more. Then, come back to this video. Repeat the test from the beginning. Stand up, turn left, turn right.
And ask yourself, do you hesitate less? Can you feel your feet more clearly? If yes, even just a little, that is a sign your body is still learning and still able to improve. That is something you should not miss.
If after 7 days you come back and notice even a very small change, then you've done something that many people give up on before reaching. I don't know where you are right now. You may just be starting. You may have already tried many things. But if you are still here, still trying to understand your body, then you are not alone. If you'd like, you can leave a simple comment, "I'm starting," or "I will try for 7 days." Not to prove anything to anyone, just to remind yourself you are still continuing. And sometimes that alone is already a very big step. Thank you for staying until this point, and I look forward to seeing you in the next videos.